Okay, we've got a bunch of movies this week. Let's see, we've got Brotherhood, we've got Cairo Time, we have The Other Guys, and we have Step Up 3D. Okay, let's start with Brotherhood, which none of you will see, even though it's a terrific movie. It's German. I know everybody hates reading movies, but some of the best movies out, not all the best movies out, but this is one you should actually note down because you're probably not going to go to theaters to see it, but you might really enjoy it on DVD because it's a terrific movie. I saw it a bunch of like 4 or 5 months ago and still remember it. Basically, a young man is thrown out of the army and he's accused of being gay, and we're not sure whether he is or not. And then he sort of floats around his family's house and sort of falls in with a group of ne'er-do-wells who happen to be skinheads. John, no insult meant. They have tattoos. It turns out they're neo-Nazis. You're not a neo-Nazi, are you, John? No, okay, good. And this is actually a very interesting movie. It's a little violent, but very well acted, very well done. So, Brotherhood is a good movie. You can read about it more. Okay, let's go to Cairo Time. This one I also saw a bunch of months ago, and the point is I remember it. I suppose that's the only reason. You don't care when I saw it. This has got the great Patricia Clarkson in it, and it's supposed to be a romantic drama about a love affair that catches two people completely off guard. Patricia Clarkson plays a wife whose husband is in the UN peacekeeping forces, and she goes to Cairo to find him and finds out he's gone to Lebanon. So his second in command, who's this hunk, comes and takes her around, and she decides she's tired of being in the hotel room and she's going to wander around a city that really doesn't allow women to wander around very much. The problem about this for me is you guys know that I am so anti-adultery. It's very hard for me to get on board with somebody having a romantic fling. I mean, it really is. The acting is good. The idea of Cairo Time, meaning that things are suspended. She wants to go see the pyramids and is trying to decide whether or not to wait for her husband. And I mean, it's got some real emotional resonance, and Patricia Clarkson's a terrific actress. But the subtext, which is, oh, isn't it romantic to have an affair? No. So I had a hard time getting on board with that one. Actually, I saw this one. This is another one. Lebanon, Pennsylvania. It's one of those movies that's kind of cutesy, a little bit too cutesy, where a guy goes home to see his to visit the place that his recently deceased father lived, and meets all sorts of odd people. This is one of those movies. I hate movies like this, to be quite honest. That these characters exist only to be in movies. As kind of, I call it Southern Gothic, except it's Lebanon, Pennsylvania. So. What can I tell you? All right, let me tell you the two big movies of the week who are going to battle it out, probably to knock off Inception. And I think one, they both have a shot at it. All right? I'll do Step Up 3D first because I think it has the lesser shot, just because it's going to attract a slightly smaller audience. This, I got to tell you, first of all, it's in 3D. There was no reason in the world to make this movie in 3D. All right? Except that that's what's making a lot of money these days is 3D movies. And it's kind of the latest gimmick for kids. However, having said that, and the writing is awful on this one. I mean, it's unbelievably bad. Having said that, this may be one of the best dance movies ever made. In terms of the photography, in terms of the choreography, in terms of the dancers, the athleticism, in terms of the costumes. I mean, the story is so stupid. All right, New York's intense street dancing underground comes alive in eye-popping digital 3D. This is the third of the Step Up franchises. The idea is that a tight-knit group of street dancers team up with a freshman at NYU to find themselves pitted against the world's best hip-hop dancers. Do we care about any of this plot? No. But you will care about the dancing. It's terrific. Luke is the suitably hunky romantic lead. Natalia is his strange and somewhat mysterious girlfriend. But the movie is really stolen by Moose, who's Adam Savani, who's an NYU freshman who is trying to balance somehow his parents' wish for him to be an engineer and his wish to be a dancer. But the dancing is fabulous in this. So, I mean, it's really, it will make you smile. And the athleticism and the strength of these kids. is amazing. So even if you don't like hip hop, it's not my favorite form of dancing, but you will just grin at this. And at one point, I'm clapping wildly. This is a fun movie. Okay, so that's one of the possibilities for number 1 week. I think what's going to beat out both Inception and Step Up 3D is The Other Guys. All right, the poster for The Other Guys. This is Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. All right, the poster looks awful, and you think, oh, it's another one of those, fish out of water, opposite the track. It's terrific. It's directed by Adam McKay, and it is hilarious. I mean, it is well written, it is well acted. It's what Dinner with Schmucks tried to be and wasn't, in that it's funny, it's offbeat, it's satiric, it's got a heart. It's a terrific movie. And I went in thinking, I don't want to be here. And it is by far and away the funniest movie this summer. Will Ferrell plays a cop. Well, let me tell you, it starts with one of the best stunts you've ever seen in any of the Bourne Identities or the Bond movies or any of them. But Samuel L. Jackson and The Rock, right? Dwayne Johnson. Think about being The Rock and having your first name being Dwayne. At any rate, they play the usual, tough guy, don't take prisoners, cops, with one of the best opening scenes you've ever seen. And I'm not going to tell you what happens, but at some point, because it's hilarious, Will Ferrell and Mark are sort of trying to take over their crown, and Will plays a cop who's really an accountant and irritating and dweeby looking. And this is Will Ferrell at he's as good as he's been since anything except Elf. So he's really terrific in this. And Mark Wahlberg plays the cop kid he always plays, the tough, Boston cop except it takes place in New York. It does take place all over New York. And as a New Yorker, you'll love some of the scenes. And the idea is, why are they paired up, which you'll find out in the movie. I'm not going to tell you any of the standing jokes, because I want you to experience all of this. This is a genuinely funny, laugh out loud, stupid, perfect summer movie. It's got everything you want in a summer movie. It's got crashes and funny and suspense, a little bit of heart, and very well written. So believe it or not, I give this silly, stupid movie, I think, like 4.5 stars. You'll really enjoy it. All right? So, pick of the week, The Brotherhood, if you really like cinema. Otherwise, you'll love The Other Guys. You really will. It's rated PG-13. Some of the language is a bit much. Step Up 3D, if you're a dance fan, can't miss. Cairo Time, it's okay. But I think the movie that will be probably the movie to beat is The Other Guys. And it's terrific. All right? More information on drjoyreviews.com. 800-544-7070. Back to y'all. I'm Dr.